I'd like to talk a bit about Mr. David Chernushenko. He was elected here in 2010 to serve Capital Ward. He serves on the City of Ottawa's Transportation Committee and the Environment Committee, as well as the newly formed Board of Health, Crime Prevention Ottawa, and the Rideau Valley Conservation Authority. He was born in 1963 in Calgary, and he has lived, worked, or studied on every continent, yet he has called Ottawa home for most of his life. He is fluently bilingual. He holds a BA in Political Studies from Queen's University and a Master's in International Relations with Cambridge University. He is a green building professional accredited by LEED. As owner and consulting of firm Green and Gold Incorporated, starting in 1998, David advised public, private, and nonprofit organizations on adopting more sustainable and socially responsible practices. He served as vice chair of the National Roundtable on the Environment and the Economy, and was an appointed member from 2006 to 2009. From 1998 to 2004, David served on the International Olympic Committee's Commission on Sport and the Environment. In 2001, he co-founded Clean Air Champions, a national charity that engages athletes in raising awareness about air pollution, climate change, and the benefits of physical activity. An active and dedicated community volunteer, David has served as director of the Sustainable Ottawa Energy Cooperative and as a community ambassador for the Ottawa Sustainability Fund. He is the founding board member of the Conservation Cooperative Housing Incorporated in Sandy Hill and the founding supporter of the 1,000 Solar Rooftops campaign. Ottawa's Social Planning Council honored him with the Marion Dewar Defender of the Public Good Award in 2010. David has established the Living Lightly project in 2007 to share the stories and solutions of people working to build a rich future for all on a healthy planet. He has directed and produced 2 Living Lightly films, Be the Change in 2008 and Powerful Energy for Everyone in 2010. He has written several books on sustainable management practices, including Sustainable Sport Management, Greening Our Games, Running Sports Events and Facilities That Won't Cost the Earth, and Greening Campuses and Their Communities. David is married, father of 3, lives in Old Ottawa. He is an avid cyclist, cross-country skier, hockey player, and speed skater. He enjoys photography, live theater, and singing, and I'd like to invite him to the podium right now to open the session for us.
Thank you very much. I am going to have to put a way shorter version of the bio on my website because I usually rely on event organizers to just sort of take the first 3 sentences, but this is 2 mornings in a row where my entire life story was read in front of me, but I was only asked to give 3-minute introductory remarks. So I think my 3 minutes is probably already up there. But I hasten to add I've now made 3 films. In fact, the second one, Powerful Energy for Everyone, as I was rushing out the door this morning, I thought, what could I contribute tangibly to this event, an organization that I've only just learned about, an initiative I'm pleased to get to know more about, and I decided that those copies of the DVD of my film Powerful, just as relevant today as ever, would be of much more use in your hands and maybe shown to people in your communities than being the perpetual question mark for my wife about when exactly that corner of the basement is going to become available again, store our bicycles or something like that. It's a great pleasure to welcome you to City Hall, and it's a treat for me. The mayor actually had a great idea a couple of years ago that City Hall was not open enough and known enough to the public, and that each councillor should have 1 free use of City Hall, or at least of a venue at City Hall per year. And I was thrilled when Kathy asked me if there was any help I could give to make City Hall space available at a lower price, that my allocation was available still. And so if you live in Capital Ward, you and I are hosting the world today at City Hall. I am fascinated, as I learned in advance of this event, about this initiative. Of course, the idea of a carbon tax, of putting a price on carbon, is far from new. I think back just in my own experience from theoretical discussions of it back into the 90s, perhaps even, my involvement in the Green Party in the mid-2000s, where it was a key part of the platform. We saw Stéphane Dion bring it forward with the Liberals and sadly do a very poor job of selling. The only flaw was the way it was badly sold in an election, but there's a lesson in that. As a member of the National Roundtable on the Environment and Economy, we were very clear, 2-3 reports in a row, whatever actual policy you enact, put a price on carbon. That there were pros and cons of different kinds to how you actually did it, but put a price on carbon. In fact, it triggered for me this morning, as I was thinking about bringing the film, I've got Dr. Mark Jackard from Simon Fraser University, and about the one line I've got him quoted in the film, it's precisely that: whatever you do, put a price on carbon. Sadly, that's a long history. That is a long history of how we have not yet put a price on carbon, even though experts from the partisanship be darned. I've named 2 parties that advocated it. I've heard conservatives say putting a price on carbon is a good idea. I have heard executives from the oil patch in Calgary say put a price on carbon. We want to know what the rules are. Give us the rules, stick with them, and we will find a way to reduce our own emissions and still make a profit. It's amazing. They do know how to do that. So kudos to you and your group and all the people who are joining us, have joined us, will be joining us by other forms of link up, because we have to keep pushing this idea, but very clearly we have to learn how to sell it, because ultimately people are always asking me in politics, you know, we need more leadership, we need more visionaries, and I have to remind them that every time you have a leader or a visionary, they get slapped down the moment they start to show leadership or show vision. Because in theory we like it, but when it's actually brought forward to be enacted, we as humans typically say, well, don't change anything too quickly, too radically. So we have to be very clear that what we are selling, people need to understand it. We need to help them overcome the fear of that change and to see how the benefits to them will outweigh the downside. Sale of the idea is as important as the idea itself. That's as far as I'm going to get into the substance. I know you've got a great roster of speakers I'm interested in learning from. So welcome once again to those who are from outside Ottawa or listening from outside to Ottawa. And I look forward to today's session. And now that we're into a brand new term of council, I was just re-elected. We have a new roster of councillors. I'm looking forward to how we as a municipal government can take these ideas and bring them forward. Thank you very much. Merci beaucoup.
I want to pin you. Okay. How's that? This is a token of appreciation. This is our conference pin for this year.
I'm not sure what that was, but they're clapping.
I missed
so
that one too, but it's probably good.
All right.
Thank you very much. It's fantastic. And thanks for joining in this space. We appreciate it. Thank you.
All right.
He's one of us now. He's been officially pinned. I am now going to ask Selena to come up. Where are you? And she is going to read something to us this morning. Or recite. Which one is it? A little bit of both. Okay, good stuff. This is Selena Orlando, Kathy's daughter.
So this year I was reading this wonderful book called For Whom the Bells Toll by Ernest Hemingway, and it starts with this poem. And it reminded me of our responsibility to mankind. So here it is. No man is an island, entire of itself. Each is a piece of the continent, a part of the main. If a clod be washed away by the sea, Europe is the less, as well as if a promontory were, or as well as if a man of thy own were, or if thy friends were. Each man's death diminishes me, for I am involved in mankind. Therefore, said not to know for whom the bells toll. The bell tolls for thee. So there you go.
Thank you very much. What a way to open up the conference. So welcome, everyone. We're looking forward to a great day. I hope you are, too. Yeah. Everybody go dancing last night? I saw some wicked dancers last night. I saw some really, really good costumes out there, too. So I even went dancing myself, and my wife will tell you I'm not a dancer. So, and I wasn't drinking, which is really unusual for me to dance. We have our next speaker coming up in a second online, and I'm going to. I'm sorry. Okay. Will you please take your sheets out that say "Oh North America"? We're going to sing that together. Kathy is going to lead us.
You sing better if you're standing. It's to the tune of "Oh Canada." Most of you sang it yesterday. If you don't want to hear my voice, please sing loudly. Okay, I just got to get the right key. Wait, I just want to enjoy this moment. This is amazing. Okay, ready, and oh, North America, our carbon emissions are too high. We need a solution before more people die. Put a fee on it and return the dividends back to everyone. Carbon fee and dividend is a market solution, and it will not burden the poor middle class. Loudly. Carbon fee and dividend will create prosperity. Wow. Wow. Total buzz. Thank you.
Thank you, Kathy. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Jerry LaBelle, and I'm going to be the facilitator today. One of the things that I'm a stickler for is for timing, so my job is to try to ensure that we get things done on time and get you out of here at the end of the day as we said we would. The other part of it, too, is making sure the speakers don't go over time and making sure that that no one is unruly. I never stop with an apology, but I'm sorry for having made those of you who showed up on time wait 7 minutes more than you should have this morning. I'm really sorry about that.